Hello, my name is Emma McSurdy. The title of my work is Who is More Stressed and Anxious During the Pandemic? For this project, I wanted to look at how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected people's mental health in terms of their anxiety and stress levels. More specifically, I wanted to look at stress and anxiety levels in introverts and extroverts before and after and during the pandemic. I hypothesized that anxiety and stress levels would be positively correlated before and during the pandemic. I also hypothesized that stress and anxiety levels would increase during the pandemic and that introverts would have higher anxiety and stress levels than extroverts during the pandemic. I conducted an online self-reported survey located on Google Forms. The participants were instructed to complete a survey asking them their age, gender, and personality type. Then they were asked to fill out the survey, which included questions that they had to recall on their stress and anxiety levels before COVID-19 happened, and their current stress and anxiety levels. The participants had to identify themselves as introvert or extrovert based on a brief description of what each meant. Extroverts were described as talkative, sociable, outgoing, speak as you think, and active. Introverts were described as quiet, reserved, shy, think as you speak, and reflective. Stress is determined by how often a thought or feeling occurred within the last month. It is measured based on questions about how in control do you feel about your life, confidence level, nervousness, etc. Anxiety is determined by how much a symptom may bother the participant. Examples of the symptoms include nervousness, dizziness, feeling of choking, unable to relax, etc. The scale used to measure stress was the Perceived Stress Scale, which included 10 questions related to stress based on a 0 to 4 scale. The scale used to measure anxiety was the Beck Anxiety Inventory that included 21 questions ranking from 0 to 3. There was a total of 23 participants. The average age of the participants was 27, and the age range was 20 to 30 or 52. 3 participants were male and 20 were female. Of the 23 who took the survey, 12 reported themselves to be extroverts and 11 reported themselves to be introverts. The survey answers were then tested in a correlation, paired sample t-test, and a repeated measures ANOVA. The correlation results showed that stress and anxiety levels were positively correlated before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. This means that as stress increases, anxiety also increases and vice versa. Stress and anxiety were positively correlated before the pandemic and during the pandemic. The paired sample t-test results showed that stress levels during the COVID-19 pandemic were significantly higher than levels before the COVID-19 pandemic. The repeated measures ANOVA results showed that the interaction between personality type and the time was not significant. This means that there was no significance between introverts' anxiety levels and extroverts' anxiety levels before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. The repeated measures ANOVA results also showed that both personality types, introverts and extroverts, reported higher anxiety levels during the COVID-19 pandemic. The main effect for personality was not significant, meaning that introverts and extroverts did not have significant difference in terms of anxiety. The chart I have here shows the mean and median scores of stress before COVID and during COVID. The first line shows the median and the mean being around 21, and the second one shows during COVID stress levels, and the median is around 24 and the mean is around 23, showing that stress levels have increased following the COVID-19 pandemic. For my conclusions, it was found that introverts and extroverts had no significant difference between their stress and anxiety levels either before or during the pandemic. This study did provide evidence that stress and anxiety in both personality types did increase following the COVID-19 pandemic. These findings call attention on the fact that people's mental health is suffering because of the COVID-19 pandemic. This realization can help people seek professional help for their mental health. Thank you.